Look, we talk about a multicultural society of diversity where everyone has an equal opportunity or should have an equitable opportunity to develop to the maximum of their human potential. But how can you do that if you're blocked out in so many different areas? Look at what Chip did, man.
Lacrosse is the oldest sport on the North American continent. Native Americans called the sport the creator's game, and its purpose is to heal the sick, settle disputes, and strengthen the community. French colonists adopted the game in the 1800s, and by the turn of the century, college teams were forming throughout the Northeast. Eventually, schools like Johns Hopkins, Maryland, and Syracuse emerged as perennial contenders. Currently, men's lacrosse is a varsity sport at over 400 colleges across the country, none of which are historically black. Morgan State University is located in Northeast Baltimore. When the campus moved there from the west side of town in 1918, locals protested the sale of the land to a Negro college. In the 1960s, racial divides were again growing wider.
These were the best of times and the worst of times for black students. It was a time where President Kennedy had been killed, Martin Luther King had been assassinated, there were riots in Baltimore City, and the city was aflame. And, you know, we were just coming into our freshman year at Morgan. Vietnam War was going on. A very turbulent time.
Back in those days, Morgan and all of the other historically black colleges and universities were full of fire and vim. The students viewed themselves as being on the front line of revolution, bringing about change in America.
By the end of the 1960s, the Civil Rights Act was only beginning to make a dent in social injustice. America was still made up of two societies, black and white, separate and unequal. At Morgan State, the upper-class white game of lacrosse was beginning to take root. Behind this movement was a determined group of young men and the heart of a community.